Welcome to the National Hotel. What can I do for you, sir?
I'm here to call on Miss Lucy Hale. We have an appointment. My name is Robert Lincoln.
I know who you are, sir.
Right. I'm early. If you'll just let her know I'm here, I'll wait in the lobby.
It won't be necessary. She went into the parlor just a moment ago with a guest.
A guest?
And not just any guest. She's with the star of Washington City, Mr. John Wilkes Booth. Would you like me to show you the way?
No. I can manage.
Have a wonderful afternoon.
Everything. Do you hear?
What are you trying to protect me from?
Nim, in thy orisons, be all my sins remembered.
Lucy,
Robert!
am I interrupting?
Not at all.
Enjoy your lesson, Mr. Lincoln.
What's he doing here?
Robert, please.
Actually, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I just came to tell you that I can't make our lesson today. I have plans with my
Are
family.
you going to the Ford tonight?
Yes, I meant to accompany my mother and my father.
Don't. Stay with me instead.
Are you seeing him again?
No.
What did he say to you?
Nothing. Forget all about John Wilkes Booth, Robert. He's no threat to you at all.
1865.
April 26, 1865. All persons harboring or secreting accomplices of John Wilkes Booth, or aiding or assisting their concealment or escape, will be treated as accomplices themselves in the murder of the President and the attempted assassination of the Secretary of State, and shall be subject to arrest and punishment of death.
Where is she?
In her room, finishing her lessons.
Send for her now.
I will not.
Marshal McPhail?
Yes, sir.
Fetch the girl.
Right away, sir.
Stay where you are, Marshal.
Don't stand in my way, John.
Cannot barge into my home and bark orders at me like I'm some kind of dog.
She was more than his lover, John. She knew what he was doing. She knew the entire time.
Is everything all right?
Sit down!
Father?
Do as the man says, Lucy.
Were you his source, Miss Hale?
Source?
Answer the question.
Preposterous.
You gave him access to the president, Senator. Secured him admission to Lincoln's inauguration at her behest. So either she was a clueless victim, love-struck and blind, or she was conspiring. And you don't seem like a fool to me, Miss Hale.
I have no idea what you're talking
Then
about.
maybe this will refresh your memory.
Is that his journal?
We know you helped him. Booth says as much right here in his own words. You were with him the day of the assassination. Did you know what he was planning?
You don't have to answer that.
Did you tell Booth Lincoln would be at the Ford?
If you're going to continue this line of questioning, we will require an attorney.
There are no attorneys on board the Montauk prison ship. Now answer the question.
I didn't have to tell him. He already knew.
Marshal McPhail?
Sir.
Bind her hands.
Go upstairs, Lucy.
Don't make me take you too, John.
Listen to your father.
Marshal, do as I say.
I will not let you do this.
Don't force my hand, John.
Don't force mine. If you do this, hers won't be the only scandal in the papers come tomorrow morning. I'll tell everyone you covered this up.
You would put our life's work in jeopardy over this.
To protect my daughter, I will do anything it takes. Now tell the marshal to stand down.
Do you understand what you are asking of me, John?
You've bent the rules before. You can bend them for my daughter.
Stand down, Marshal.
Yes, sir.
Booth's body is en route to Washington City as we speak. I want the body held in secret on board the Montauk. No one steps foot on that ship without my permission.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't put it past the rebels to try and steal the body away below the Potomac, so make certain your men stay on watch 24 hours a day.
Understood.
And Major, no drunkards. I want our best men on this.
Of course, sir.
Come in.
Mr. Stanton.
Robert,
Will that be all, Mr. Secretary?
put together the details straight away.
Yes, sir.
Dismissed. I didn't expect you back in Washington so soon.
I rode the funeral train as far as Baltimore. I've come to help my mother move out of the White House. As you know, Mr. Johnson finally took possession this morning, and my mother is still not herself.
I wish I could have given her more time.
Oh, no, it's fine.
No, it isn't. I could have done more.
Mr. Secretary, she had to know that she couldn't stay forever. With respect, I didn't come here to talk about my mother. I came because I need your help.
Is everything all right?
My father kept his papers locked away in a safe in his office, his writings, his personal correspondences.
Yes, I'm aware.
Johnson's men have broken the lock, sir.
What?
They're destroying his papers. They're throwing them in the fire.
Oh, for God's sake, Major
I
Eckert!
tried to stop them, but they would not listen.
Can the fool not wait a day to begin destroying your father's legacy?
You called, sir?
Johnson's staffers pillaging Lincoln's safe. Order your men to the White House, secure Lincoln's papers, and return them to the War Department for safekeeping. And if Johnson's men interfere, have them arrested.
Yes, sir.
I should go see to my mother.
Robert, wait. Where will you go? Where will you take your mother?
Chicago. There's a doctor there. I'm hoping that he might be able to help her.
Will you attend the burial service in Springfield?
If I do, it'll be alone. My mother refuses. She says there's no point. Maybe she's right.
Death has been no stranger to me, Robert. I lost my father when I was 13. My first wife, our daughter, my brother, my son.
James.
Yes. And I went to every one of those funerals, all but one. My daughter's. Biggest mistake of my life. Go to the service. Even if your mother doesn't. If you don't, it'll haunt you forever.
Thank you for your help.
Of course. I just want you to know how much I appreciate your discretion with regards to Miss Hale.
I'm trying to forget her name. Mr. Stanton, please pay me the courtesy of not invoking it ever again.
I am sorry.
Whatever you've gained from my discretion, whatever devil's deal you've struck on her behalf, I hope it's worth it. Because I know she's not. I just hope the choices you've made don't haunt you forever, Mr. Secretary.
Telegram, April 26th, 1865. From the War Department to General Sherman. General, multiple sources confirm Commander Johnston is losing control of his ranks. Disobedience is rampant, and morale is waning. Launch a final assault and bring them to heel. Edwin M. Stanton, Secretary of War.
Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Langston, forgive me, I am short on time. What can I do for you?
Is it true? Johnston is going to accept unconditional surrender?
Sherman has his back against the wall. Johnston's men are tired of dying in a war that's already been declared over. It's only a matter of time.
From what I hear, he'll surrender before the week is out.
God willing, it'll be sooner than that. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Wait, what is Johnson going to do?
He hasn't made up his mind on amnesty. Not yet, anyway. Give it time, Mr. Langston.
Do you know who Johnson's favorite president is?
Himself?
No, close.
Who?
Old Hickory.
Andrew Jackson.
They say he has a portrait of Jackson back home in Tennessee.
Well, I hope it's hanging where it belongs, over the commode.
If Johnson idolizes Andrew Jackson, I think it's fair to say he has no compunction about going back on his word. If he adopts a policy of amnesty...
He won't.
But if he does, it's the freedmen who will suffer, Mr. Secretary, just like the Indian tribes at the hand of Old Hickory.
Don't worry about the president. I'll take care of him. Mr. President.
Get in here and close the door, now.
If I may say, sir, your new office suits you well.
Don't you come in here brown-nosing me, Stanton. Your man Eckert arrested 2 of my staffers on your authority.
Yes, sir, he did.
You feel like telling me why?
They were destroying Lincoln's papers. I ordered the major to stop them.
Now, God damn it, Stanton, this is my house now, not his. What I do in my house with my staff is none of your concern.
Do you want the press to find out your staff is destroying Lincoln's property? Do you want to give them a reason to crucify you in black and white? Your men have been released from the Capitol prison already. Lincoln's papers are being transported to the War Department for safekeeping. It's done. And you're the better for it. Are you all right, sir?
No, God damn it.
What's the matter?
Truth is, I liked my life before the presidency. This job's a hell of a lot harder than I thought it'd be. Who knew it would be so hard?
Well, sir, I have a suggestion for you that might make your transition a touch easier.
Get to the point, Stanton.
Sir?
My staff has me running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I ain't got time to go round the bend with you. What do you want?
A military tribunal.
You love being a burr in my backside, don't you, Stanton?
No, a military action should be tried in a military court.
The war's finished. Booth's dead. It's over.
Booth's compatriots are not dead, sir. They are enemy combatants.
They are also citizens who have certain unalienable rights. You're the constitutional law expert. I shouldn't have to tell you this.
Sir, the evidence we've collected so far highly suggests these conspirators were acting under the direct guidance and with the full financial backing of the Confederate Secret Service.
And it shouldn't be hard to make your case in a civilian trial. That'll be all.
Mr. President.
Stanton, I said that'll be all.
Mr. Secretary, you wanted to see me?
Come in, Major.
What can I do for you, sir?
Where are we with Lincoln's papers?
They're secure. My men are filing them away in the War Department vault as we speak.
Good. Let me know when it's done.
Yes, sir. Is there something else you need?
The note.
Sir?
The one Booth wrote to Johnson the night of the assassination. Is it secure?
Of course, sir. It's locked away in the vault, per your instructions.
Leak it to the press.
Mr. Stanton.
Johnson has been bucking me hard on this tribunal. I need that mayor to break.
I understand, sir.
Did I ask for your opinion, Major?
No, sir.
Then do as I say.
Which publication?
All of them.
Stanton!
Mr. President, to what do I owe this pleasure?
Don't you play the fool with me!
I'm afraid I don't follow, sir.
Do you know who just showed up at the White House asking questions? Questions about my relationship with John Wilkes Booth?
No, sir.
A reporter from the Herald.
Oh, dear.
Don't you dear me. He had a copy of the Booth letter in his hands.
This is a problem.
I know it's a goddamn problem. A problem you were supposed to have under control.
This did not come from me, I assure you.
If it didn't come from you, it came from someone in your office. Your loyalty ain't worth a squat in the woods if your people are gonna leak like a sick pig's backside.
I will find out who's responsible, sir, and I will see they're punished to the fullest extent of the law.
Much good that'll do me now.
What did you say to the reporter?
I said it was flim-flam. What the hell else would I say? They're gonna think I conspired with Booth. And my only alibi is a goddamn prostitute.
You don't need an alibi, sir. You were a target of a vicious attack. You have nothing to hide. That's the truth, and that's as far as you need to go.
If the press finds out about Ella Starr, my presidency is over, Stanton.
I had hoped to shield you from this.
Shield me from what?
Considering the scrutiny you're under, perhaps it's
Spit it out, Stanton.
Miss Starr's name has come up in the course of my investigation.
Come up how?
Booth kept a journal, sir.
Christ on the cross.
Now, I destroyed the problematic pages, but I don't know who else saw the journal. I don't know who else might know her name or her connection to you. If Booth's co-conspirators are tried in a civilian court, and God forbid, if Miss Starr is called as a witness, I can't promise she'll perjure herself. But in a military tribunal, the rules are easier to bend.
I see.
I can make certain Booth's conspirators never testify for themselves. I can keep Miss Starr off the witness list, and if anyone tries to take her statement or call her forward in any capacity, I'll be able to stop it.
What if the press starts sticking their nose around where it don't belong?
Miss Starr will stand by our story.
What makes you so sure of that?
Because if she doesn't, she'll hang before my military tribunal.
Well, perhaps you're right, Mars. Perhaps the tribunal is the best course of action after all.
I think so, sir. But if we're going to go down this path together, I do have one condition.
Why am I not surprised?
You're aware General Johnston has finally accepted unconditional surrender.
Of course I am.
Well, with Johnston's surrender, the question of what to do with the South is more pressing now than ever. There will be immense pressure for you to announce a reconstruction plan publicly, inside your cabinet and in the press, too. Do not be hasty, sir. If I discover that Davis or his cabinet or any of his generals are responsible for murdering President Lincoln and you pardon them, you will be labeled a traitor. You will rip the country apart, sir. All I ask is that you wait for the tribunal to conclude before making a decision on amnesty. Do I have your word?
You should have come to me the second you caught wind of this Ella Star problem.
You're right, sir. I am sorry.
Don't keep secrets from me. If the barn's on fire and I'm sleeping inside, I expect you to wake me up before you decide to put it out. We clear?
Yes, sir.
I'll let the tribunal run its course. You have my word.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you for arranging this.
Don't thank me. Thank your father.
Is it all right if I look at him?
Do as you like.
Oh, they said he burned alive in the papers.
No, Miss Hale, we shot him.
Why would they say that?
Papers say a lot.
He looks different.
Never seen a dead body before, I take it?
No.
Well, they always look different.
What will they do with his body?
He will be buried where he belongs in an unmarked grave.
Why an unmarked grave?
Why do you think? Miss Hale, your father has purchased you a second chance at life. Count your blessings. Say your goodbyes and look to the future.
I have no future. Truth be told, I don't think I'll ever marry.
Miss Hale, there's something I want you to see. I found this photograph on Booth's body. Here.
Oh.
You look quite beautiful.
Thank you for the picture.
Though yours isn't the only photograph we found. There was this, and this, and this, and this.
Who are they?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, it matters to me. This is that woman in the paper, that prostitute.
Miss Hale, John Wilkes Booth is not the man you believed him to be. You must forget him.
I can't.
Consider the alternative. You could be locked in a cell, rotting away in the bowels of this ship, never to see the light of day again. Count your blessings. Say your goodbyes and forget him.
How could I have been such a fool?
We're all prophets when we have the benefit of looking backwards.
Can I have a moment alone with him?
I'll let your father know. John.
How is she?
Well, she says she needs a moment alone with him. Give her time.
I just hope this helps put Mr. Booth precisely where he belongs, in the past.
Yes, I hope so, too.
Thank you, Edwin, for this, for everything.
Now, don't thank me yet.
What is this?
Your appointment papers. Congratulations, Ambassador.
I don't understand.
I put in a word to the President on your behalf. It took some doing, but in the end, Johnson came around to the idea.
You're banishing me to Spain.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. The President has agreed to the tribunal. Lucy is safe from the investigation for the time being.
Then why Spain?
Because she's a liability, John, and so are you. A liability to the party and a liability to me.
Lucy will never agree to this.
Lucy has no choice in the matter.
And if I say no?
Then don't make this any more difficult than it already is.
When do we sail?
A few weeks. Pack your things and make ready. I'll send word with your travel arrangements shortly.
Edwin, Hannibal won every battle he ever fought against Rome. except the one that mattered most.
Well, who's the historian now?
If you're not careful, you could end up just like he did, alone, in exile, and without a soul to call a friend.
Goodbye, John.
Goodbye.
Mr. Stanton?
Evening, Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell's my daddy, sir. And my daddy's dead. Call me William, if it pleases you.
William, then. I apologize for the late hour.
No apology required. You're always welcome here.
How is Secretary Seward?
He's sleeping at the moment. That's all he really does right now, sir. Sleep.
And how are you, William?
Is there something I could do for you, sir?
Yes. Can I see him?
Of course. You know the way, sir.
Thank you. You've always had a big mouth, Seward. It is unsettling to see you incapable of using it now. We got the bastard who did this to you. He'll hang for it, along with all the rest of them. I know you've never cared for me as a person, and I know I haven't always given you reason to. I'm a hard man. God knows no one knows that more than you, but I know you care for what I stand for, what I fight for. So when you wake, I pray you continue to stand with me. I put Abe in the ground, William. Don't you leave me, too. Do you hear me? Don't you leave.
Can I help you, sir? I'm looking for Edwin Stanton. I need to see him.
I think he prefers to be alone, sir.
I don't care what you prefer. Stand aside.
Major Eckert.
I found this in the vault.
Did Mr. Bell let you in?
You're going to explain yourself?
Did you barge in Mr. Seward's home like some sort of wild animal?
Answer me!
If we are going to have this conversation, let's not have it over the body of a dying man. We can speak in my office.
No, sir, we can speak right now. This is from the President.
I know what it is, Major.
A direct order from President Lincoln.
I read every parcel, document, and dispatch that crosses my desk, and apparently I'm not the only one.
I'm sorry for reading what is in mine, but I am
Do
not
you
sorry.
frequently pilfer things that don't belong to you?
Sir,
or
I'm
is
only
this a
trying
new
to-
habit you've developed?
Secretary Stanton, given that General Grant is unable to attend the performance of Our American Cousin this evening, I shall require additional security to accompany my party to the fort.
That's enough.
I cordially request the services of Major Thomas Eckert. Sincerest regards, President Lincoln.
I said that's enough.
Are you going to explain yourself?
No one can know about this, Major. No one. Not now, not ever. Now hand me that order.
"1865" is an Airship production, starring Jeremy Schwartz as Edwin Stanton. Also featuring Lucas Van Engen, Stephen Walters, Jessica Renee Russell, Montgomery Sutton, Ian Ferguson, Reed Birney, Aaron Roberts, William Jackson Harper, R. Bruce Elliott, John Davies, and A. Sanderson. Created by Stephen Walters and Eric Archilla. Directed by Robert McCullum. Written by Stephen Walters. Executive producer Lindsey Graham. Co-executive producers Eric Archilla, Robert McCullum, and Stephen Walters. Music and sound design by Lindsey Graham. To find out more about 1865, go to 1865podcast.com or find us on Facebook and Twitter at 1865podcast. And if you're a fan of the show, please consider supporting us. Become a patron at patreon.com/1865podcast. New episodes air weekly, and look for special Inside the Episode interviews with the writers and producers of the series to find out more about the real history behind 1865.